Hey there, this is Ferris, Senior Product Specialist here at Coefficient, and today I'll be walking you through some of the most common limitations I see with Salesforce reports and dashboards, as well as some great tricks to work around them. I know all about these limitations firsthand because I was previously working as an analytics manager for a Salesforce implementation partner, where I was constantly trying to build specific reports and views in Salesforce, but I would always end up exporting my data to either Google Sheets or Excel to have more flexibility in how I built out my analysis. So let's jump into Salesforce reporting and we'll build a report together as we look at some of these common issues. I'll click New Report, and this really leads us to the first limitation, which is the availability of report types and of specific fields within each report type. As you see on the left-hand side, I only have access to a handful of report types here that my Salesforce admin has made available to me. And then within each report type, I only have access to the fields that my Salesforce admin has made visible to report builders like myself. But let's set that limitation aside and we'll start off with an opportunities report. I'm going to get rid of all of these default fields and I just want to build a clean summary report by close date, month, and stage. Let's select those options. And there we have it. That was pretty quick. It's not the prettiest table, but it has all of the data we need. So let's go ahead and save this. Now let's go back to our spreadsheet and we'll see what it'll look like to import this data into a spreadsheet where it'll be more flexible to work with. So here I'll choose to import from an existing Salesforce report and it'll be at the top of my list since I just accessed it. We'll drop this into a new tab. There we are. And of course we have the option to set this up to automatically refresh once a day, once an hour, whatever we want. Let's set this up to once every hour. This is the first way to get the data into the spreadsheet is from an existing report. But my preferred option is actually the second choice here from objects and fields. What I love about this option is that you can actually bypass that limitation I mentioned of report type availability. So here I can choose any object or custom object I have access to, and then I can just pick and choose what fields I want to import. Now, it's important that these can be fields from the parent object I'm looking at, opportunities in this case, but also from any associated objects. So if I want to get details about the opportunity account, the opportunity owner, any custom objects that are associated, I can really choose anything I want from this view. And let's drop this into a new tab as well. And there we are. And let's go back into Salesforce and look at the second limitation, which is the availability of chart types. So if I want to add some visualizations to this report, I really only have 8 choices of Salesforce charts. And in my opinion, the first 4 are really the same thing, just vertical or horizontal bars and whether or not they're stacked. Let's choose stacked columns. And here I want to make a stacked chart exactly like this with months on the x-axis. Now let's say I want to add a target line for sales quota. I can add a reference line here and we can type in 70 million and hit enter and that line will show up there. That's okay, but the issue is this is a static line, it's not dynamic, so that target won't automatically adjust if I'm looking at different time periods or different sales reps or teams. And if I ever want to update this line, I have to come back into the chart settings. Now let's see what this would look like in a spreadsheet. Here I'm actually going to showcase one of Coefficient's free Salesforce pre-built templates. This is our sales opportunity dashboard, and you can see here we've built a nice looking funnel chart as well as a similar stacked area chart. And what's beautiful about this is we can actually stack our different sales stages or forecast categories to see how we're going to hit target by the end of the year. And then this is actually a dynamic target line. So this will automatically update if we filter on a specific team or a time period. And also this means that our finance team, if they're the ones managing our quotas or targets, can actually manage all of that in this clean spreadsheet tab where they have targets broken down by sales rep and month. Now the third limitation I want to point out is that Salesforce can often be difficult to look at historical data or trends. Google Sheets makes this incredibly easy thanks to version history. So if I ever want to see what happened to our sales forecast from last weekend till today, I can just come back in here and I'll see every edit over time, including every time that Coefficient has refreshed our Salesforce import. And now I could easily save a copy of one of these and compare what changed from last week to today. And the fourth and final key limitation I want to highlight about Salesforce reporting is the ability to integrate other data sources. Your business is probably using many SaaS tools, and it can be very valuable to get that data piped into Salesforce so you can build reports that combine Salesforce data with data from QuickBooks, Shopify, Stripe, or many other data tools. This can take a long time to set up directly in Salesforce, but if you're doing your reports in a spreadsheet, you can simply have one import from Salesforce, one import from another data source, and combine them with spreadsheet formulas. As you can see from here, we only looked at importing from Salesforce today, but you could also import from HubSpot, Looker, QuickBooks, Snowflake, and 70 plus other systems. What's especially great is besides those systems, you can also integrate with data destinations like email or Slack. So if I want to get a Slack alert of this exact dashboard sent to myself or my sales channel every Monday at 9 a.m., I can simply set this up by clicking in here. I can, of course, customize this alert message in any way I want, but we'll just keep it simple with a message sent to our Slack alerts channel. I'll click send preview. And there we are. Let's jump into Slack. And there's a preview coming in. I hope you found this video very useful, and I hope that Coefficient helps you bypass more of these common Salesforce report and dashboard limitations. Thank you.